Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Okay, I want to talk about how people tend to get misled. They focus on the wrong on the wrong kind of attitude, I guess is the way to say it. I'll tell you, one of the, and you know me, everything I do is extreme. So one of the things that really got me, that when I was in Vietnam, I say I'm half Chinese, and after I got into war and the brutality of war and the senseless actions that was senseless and immoral actions that I seen and I did, I got this for a while. I had this thing. Well, for one thing, we were fighting Chinese. Not all the time, but there were some Chinese troops. And I'm Chinese. And one of the things that concerned me a lot, one of the things that I focused on was I knew if they ever got me, I would be treated special. And I don't mean special in a good way. And I knew I would be tortured, and they would not let me die. I would be an experimental on how long they could keep me alive. And that was one of the good things. That was kind of a motivation thing to keep me on my toes and kept me active, learning and doing things. But I also focused on thinking on what they would do to me. And there for a while, hand grenades, you can unscrew the hand grenade, and then it comes with a little piece sticks out. Let's say, kind of like this would be, and and it had little lines in it, and you could snap it off a little bit at a time. And each piece that you snapped off was supposed to be a second, like 4 seconds, for the thing to go off, 4 or 5 seconds, whatever it was. And you can just snap off each piece to shorten it, or you can snap it off right at the very top, and it made it so right when you pull the pin out, and when you let go, that spoon will jump off, and right when it comes off, it'll blow up when you break it off at the very end. And otherwise, you can just each piece you do. And I had one hand grenade and so they do it for booby trap, stuff like that. You break it right off, and then this way you put your pin on there, or the pin, and you can put a wire or a trip line on there, and then right when you hit it, it pulls the pin out, the spoon jumps off, and it blows up instantly. So I had one hand grenade like that, and I kept it so if I was wounded bad enough, I would lay on it or hold it or do something like that, and then once I knew I didn't have anything left to fight back with, I could just let go, and then it would blow up and I'd be gone. And so the point I'm getting to is I focused on being captured. I focused on being tortured. I focused on all this nasty stuff. And then somewhere down the line, it dawned on me, I'm putting that effort focus effort on dying instead of focusing on staying alive, instead of focusing on improving my abilities, and instead of focusing on learning more, I focused on dying. And once I realized that that's what I did, is waste a lot of time worrying about stuff that could happen, I started focusing on stuff that I could do to prevent something evil from happening. And to tell you the truth, that's basically the way I live my life now. And I guess I always have. I didn't really realize it, but that's the way I've lived my life. Yes, I do the Hoi Chi. I use my hands, and I take away pain, and I improve people's health. And I make money doing that. That's really my primary money maker. And I teach classes on how to do it, so I make some money on that. You see the YouTube stuff. I make videos, and it'd be easy to say, well, I can look at all your videos, but you cannot look at all my videos. I've got over 500 videos, and a lot of them are, most are public, but I still have a lot that are unlisted and more that are private. And the unlisted and some of the private I have on DVDs, and even some of the public. Some of the public ones that people really enjoy and really get a lot out of, I do put them on DVD also. And I've got books. I'm looking to start making some CDs. So I've got beeswax products that I make for healthcare, and I'm not doing it real hard right now because I'm kind of homeless. I really don't have no place to go now, so I really don't. But I have all the stuff to do it, and I'm ready to do it when I need to do it. And so, in other words, I've got other things that I'm able to do. So I don't focus on being bored, being unemployed. That's why That's why I say I don't have time to watch TV. I've got other things going on, and I'm always looking to either work or have fun. And as you know, I do the extremes on both. And I love both. I love having fun. I love working. Okay. The point I'm trying to get across is, don't use your time focusing on stuff that you don't have any control of. Don't focus on stuff that on stuff that could happen. I'm not saying you ignore things that could happen. I'm saying you don't focus on it. You be aware of it. And I'm aware of a lot of bad things, and like evil type things. And I am prepared. And if you saw all the stuff that I have, you're going to say, he's not prepared. And that's because I don't have much stuff. It doesn't take much stuff to be prepared. It's not stuff. It's plans. And I have a plan for just about everything that could happen. And any bad thing. And so once you have a plan, once you have a way to do it, there's no reason to focus on stuff like that. So, like I say, gold and silver. I talk about gold and silver. Why would I be concerned about losing my job, being broke, and all this other stuff if I had something that I knew would be forever. And that is gold and silver. And you notice I don't talk about, there's nothing wrong about, investing in other kinds of things and stuff like that, but really gold and silver is not an investment. It is a future. Now, it's the future of whoever it is that has control of it. And mine is buried. So it's, it's no big deal. If I need it, I can dig it up. So it's no big deal. But what I'm saying is if you have property, it's not really yours. You can be sued and lose it. The government can take it away from you. The bank can come get it away from you if it's not paid for. And the reason I mention all these is these are all the things I've had to go through already. So I realized it wasn't something, and it's stuff that I had to take care of. I had to care for. I've got to buy insurance and maintain it. So it's not really something that I would want to focus my time on. Now, there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you want to focus your time, but it's not for me. And it applies for this idea of not focusing your time on stuff that could happen, or stuff that's really wasting your time is important. You don't want to focus on it. That's why I don't really make a big deal about the shit hitting the fan kind of stuff. And a couple of reasons is one reason it's already has. Now it has to me personally. I guess it started a long time ago. It just keeps happening. So it's one of these things I'm aware that that's the kind of stuff that's going to happen to me. And I just deal with it. I don't worry about it. I don't focus on it. I just deal with it. And I say, to keep me from going, lack of a better word, going crazy, as I think about what's happening to our society and society, I'm talking about in general. I mean, I say I'm down Central America, so it's not just the United States. I think of different places, and I see the same stuff everywhere. There's the lack of morals, the lack of personal responsibility, and so that's why I say I don't worry about it because I'm prepared, and I focus on what I can do to avoid all this stuff. But I know I can't avoid it all because, like I say, last year I've almost died 3 times, so I realize things like this happen, and I just do the best I can. I focus on not allowing this stuff from happening. And one of the other things that applies to this same type of mentality, and that's what I come across, and I think it's kind of funny, but it's not a funny kind of funny, and that is rape. I think it's funny that women are so concerned about rape, and they focus on that instead of focusing on, before anything that drastic's going to happen, they've got to get a hold of you. They've got to move you from one location to another location. And, in other words, there's steps that are involved. And nobody thinks, or few, the ones that are really scared are the ones that they're thinking now, and they're thinking to the rape itself. They don't realize all the steps that are involved. And all those steps are the steps you need to prepare for. Those steps are what you're supposed to focus on. You focus on those steps so you don't get to the end result. And that's basically the same way that I talk about the three-man militia. We focus on what we can do now to avoid problems later. And it's, like I say, doing it by yourself is not going to work. You need others. That's why you have the three-man militia. And so that's what I'm saying. There's only two others, and you're learning stuff. What? You're learning how to fight? You're learning how to shoot? No. You're learning useful skills. These are things that you can use that will be used. Not what if? What if the shit hits the fan? No. These are things we can learn now. We can do something about it now. And we are improving our lives. So in other words, when shit hits the fan, so what? I told you, I've been dealing with shit hits the fan for many, many years. It's just part of life. I prepare, I focus on what I can do. And when it happens, it happens. So what? That's a good thing. That's why it just gripes me when I hear people bitch and bellyache and they're scared of this and scared of that. And you had your opportunities to do something when it comes to the government. You allowed all these weird people get in office. You don't throw them out. You know, I mean, they don't have any morals. And that's why I talk about the three percenters. Because the three percenters, what makes us three percenters? We have morals. We have morals, and we want to be self-reliant. We don't want to be dependent on the state or anybody. We want to take control of our lives. So we should be focused on what we can do now. And that's what we should be focusing on. It's already too late. Like I say, we've lost our country. So, you know, and it's beyond what you can do. You can't do anything about it. At least that I'm not aware of. I mean, like I say, I thought about running for president. You know, when Obama got in, I was thinking about running the same time. Now that, I probably could have done something. And I knew we were at the end of the line. And I knew it would take somebody with some kind of moral strength and probably some physical strength to take control of the United States. And I knew it was the last chance we had. And now, you know, half the population is so screwed up they don't know nothing. So that's what I'm saying. You need to focus on what you can do. And then we're right back to the three-man militia. Something you can do. Take care of your family. Take care of your friends. And take care of your local community. Because once you lose your local community, it's kind of like we lost control of our federal government. Then we lost control of our state government. And now I see we lost control of our local government. I mean, local government is sold out, take some money from the state and federal, and then they'll belly up no matter what from money. So we've lost control of our local government. So now I see the only thing we can do is take care of our families and friends. And the only way we can do that is be able to take control of our local community. Help our local leaders take responsibility like they're supposed to be. Encourage them, one way or the other. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.